Hey all, hey everyone. Hi. So let's start this webinar. So to begin with, let me tell you a quick introduction about myself. And then what are we going to cover in this webinar? And what are you going to get from this webinar for the next 90 minutes? Okay. So what you're going to get in this webinar for the next 90 minutes is you will learn how to rapidly learn any IT technology. Any technology that you want to learn, you'll be able to rapidly learn it. So I'm going to teach you some secrets how to rapidly learn IT software. Okay. So is it okay if I tell a little bit about myself? So my name is Sridhar Jamalmadka, and I have over 15 years of experience in the software industry. And I have an MTech degree from IIIT Bangalore. And I've also done PGCPF from IIM Indore. And I've worked in various companies like Oracle, Society General, Tech Mahindra, Tata Technologies. I'm presently working as a consultant architect for a national critical application called as Telemanas. And I have mastered over 50 technologies over the last 15 years. And so that's about me. Okay. So a little bit about my story and what I did so far. So I have coached or trained the freshers batch of Flipkart 2 times. One time a batch of PhonePe, and one time I have coached a batch from WAL. And as a result of that, I have coached over 100 people to transform them to be a super learners in IT technologies. So as a result of that, they are like very fast in learning, and as a result of that, they're doing very well in their careers. Okay. So that's about me. So I've been doing this coaching part informally from the last maybe some 5 years or something. Formally, I've started out. I have started the Career Transformation Hub. Okay. So as a part of that, I have created the courses called IT Upskilling Model and IT Career Blueprint. So these are the courses that I've created. And to tell you my backstory, the thing is, see, when I started in the IT industry, I had no formal computer science education. Okay. I didn't even know the basics of computer science. The reason was because I was not coming from computer science at all. Okay. That was later when I did the MTech from IIIT Bangalore in IT. But before that, I actually knew, I didn't know much. Okay. So the thing is, I was kind of literally very much struggling in the industry for the first couple of years because there was a lot of learning. Okay. So this is my story. I'm just telling my story. My name is Sridhar Jamalmadka, and I have 15 years of experience in IT. And right now, I am an architect working on a critical project of India, or a very it's called as a critical application. It has been classified as a critical application. It's a national project. I'm the architect for it. Okay. So now the thing is, I was telling that. So when I started out in the IT industry, in the beginning, there have been a lot of setbacks. Okay. So starting from the day one, when I was joining the IT fresher batch, I still remember on the day when how I was welcomed in Tech Mahindra. I was a fresher. I joined as a fresher then. And then there was almost like a welcome with band and baja, just like how they welcome the bridegroom, right? So I was very happy, and all of us were welcomed like that, and we came inside. And then there was this very nice talk by the HR explaining what are the features, functionality, what are the uh, benefits that you get in the industry, or benefits out of that company were being explained very clearly. Okay. And then something happened unusual. Okay. And then they said that, you see, if you're not going to clear the test, you'll be fired. Okay. And that was a real shocker for me. Okay. And they really meant that. Okay. And I could really see my friends being fired in the industry. I mean, after the training. So we went through a rigorous training and I loved that training. Okay. That was a training that I'd never attended in my life. So it was an amazing training because we all know we have been gone through our BTech, MTech, whatever studies we go through, but we never see rapid learning in that. Okay. So, but that 45 days were designed to be excellently, they were designed. And I was really learning almost like one programming language per week. Okay. And then that's when I realized that if you want to learn something, you should not be taking more than a week or two. It can be any programming language. Okay. But how many times are we stuck, in our careers thinking that, I want to learn something, but I'm not able to learn it. Happens a lot of time that, we want to learn that, but we are not able to learn it. And it could be some inner resistance, or it could be something which is stopping us from learning it. And we are taking like months and months and sometimes years also, but still not there. Happens, right? So that's the reason why, I started this Career Transformation Hub. I'm on a mission for empowering 1 lakh IT professionals to become super learners and super IT professionals. You see, when you have knowledge, you become powerful. Okay, how many of you believe that knowledge is power? Right? So knowledge is power. So when you have the right knowledge, you have the right skill set, you have the right experience, everything reflecting on your resume, you'll no longer be worried about a pink slip. So you'll be very confident about things. All right. So that was about me, and that's about my mission. And that's the reason why I am doing this. Okay. So is it okay if I ask you a little bit about your background? Is that okay? Is that okay? Can you please respond in the chat? If you can tell me a little bit about your background so that I know that I'm talking to the right audience and I can at least customize what I'm going to talk based on your requirement. So that makes it easier for you also and me also. So is it okay if you can type in the chat a question? I'm going to ask you a question. So what is your level of experience? Are you a software professional right now? Are you already a software professional? What are you doing right now? So please put it in the chat. So guys, let me make something clear. See, the thing is, yeah, thank you very much. Okay, here we have, yeah, I'm an accountant having 2 years of experience. Thank you very much. Working for non-IT ops. Okay, now I understand where you're coming from. Okay, so both of you are not coming from an IT background and you are looking for a switch to IT. Is that the problem? Am I right? Can you type confirm yes in the chat? You're not from an IT background? Yes. Okay, thank you. Can I get the confirmation also from Meghraj also? Yeah, I just want a confirmation that you are not from IT and your problem is you want to know how to transit into software industry. Did I get your problem right? Can I please get your confirmation? Yeah. I got it from you, Manas. Thank you. How about Meghraj? Can you also please confirm? So that I'll customize my talk as per that. Is that okay? Yes. Also, which are the streams which I can learn? Yeah, perfect. That's good. Because yeah, thank you for putting that. Because I'll be customizing my talk based on the requirements. Okay, so here we have questions. So I'm going to address 2 things. how to transition from non-IT career to IT. That's the top point number one. Point number two will be, what are the streams that I can learn to be entering into IT? Okay, so I'll talk about these two things. Okay, so let me begin then. Fine. Thank you. Okay, I'm sharing my whiteboard here. I hope you're able to see it. Can you please confirm me if you're able to see my screen? You're able to see my whiteboard? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, fine. That's great. Yeah, so the thing is, in today's talk, I'm going to talk about how do you, first of all, transit from non-IT to IT. Okay? And yeah, and the second thing that I'm going to talk about is what streams to learn. Okay, this is the second thing. Okay, and the third secret that I'm going to talk about is how to crack the IT interview. Is that okay? All right, let's begin. So here is the thing, guys. The first thing is start with a new page here. Yeah, so the thing is, so I'll give you a brief background about what's happening here, okay? So if you're coming from a non-IT background, so the basic thing is the expectation, what the industry expects that you are, what is the kind of qualification the industry expects, I will tell you, okay? So you may have these qualification, you may not have this qualification. If you don't have this qualification, we'll have to figure out how you can get it, okay? So the basic expectation that the IT industry has is that you should have a science or an engineering degree, preferably engineering degree. Okay, it can be BTech, of course, MTech also included. BTech is like minimum, or BE. Okay, this is like the first preference. And even in that, if you have a specialization in IT, it's the best. Okay, if you don't have IT or CSE, it's the best. Computer science engineering is the best. Or if you're even ECE, electronics and communication, or electrical and electronics engineering, also it's okay to some extent. It's fine. ECE, EEE, etc. Okay. So generally, like these are the things. But if you're coming from some other backgrounds, it can be slightly difficult, but let's see how it goes. Okay. The next preference would be, of course, I missed something. It can be even MCA, okay, and BCA. All right. And it can be something, it can be also BSc computer science. Okay. So now the next possible degrees are like any bachelor degree. Maybe if related to computer science or mathematics also is okay. Okay. Or the third possibility is that, okay, you don't have an engineering degree. The expectation is bachelor degree. You must have bachelor degree at least. It can be some, okay, whatever degree it is. And then you should not have been passed out more than like 2 years. Okay, 2 years of pass out. If you're like completely like away from 2 years, like let's say that now 2023, right? So maybe you passed out in 2021, then you have some chances. Okay. If you're greater than 2 years, the chances are definitely there, but they'll be a little slim. Okay, you getting a call is going to be slim. All right, is that okay? Is everybody able to follow what I'm saying? Can you please type in the chat? Yes, I got it. Just type with you, WU. That means you got it, with you. You're following what I'm saying. Type W. Okay, fine. Thank you. All right, so now the next thing is, now I spoke about like what's the expectation of the industry. The industry expects that. Thank you. The industry is expecting that you have an engineering degree, IT, computer science, EC, EEE, etc., and bachelor degree. And this next thing is, you can have a question like, okay, I've got some experience. What about that? Okay. Now let me handle that. I have some experience working as so-and-so in some other, in a non-IT industry. Okay. Will that be counted? Okay. So let me tell you clearly, if you have experience, you may have experience in non-IT, but I would like to make things clear. So that's the reason why I'm saying this, that experience will not be counted. Is that clear? So the experience you have in non-IT career will not be counted. It may be useful in future, but generally IT, they will only look at relevant experience. Okay, I'll talk about relevant experience. You know what is relevant experience? So we always talk about relevant experience as recruiters. Okay, what is relevant experience? Relevant experience is like in software industry and in the skills that we are looking for. Okay, you know, every job requirement has a job requirements. It's called as the JD, job description. JD. So that's called job description, right? It's the case in any industry also, right? It's the same thing. In IT also, we have something called as a job description. So in this job description, there'll be like expectation 1, 2, 3, optional 1, 2, 3. These like skills are expected, and experienced IT professional, experience in IT so many years. This is how a lateral entry would be. Okay, this is for the lateral. Lateral means you already have some experience and then you are looking for a job change. Okay, so now, but if you're looking for a fresher job change, that's not the case. The thing would be how good you are. Okay, now let's come to the next point. Okay, how good you are in programming, as simple as that. Do you have programming knowledge, or you can also call it the coding, right? How strong you are in programming. What are the typical things that will be expected? We'll talk about that in the next section. Okay, so you need to have programming skills, and you should have demonstrated problem solving techniques, so that you are, you are like having the basic aptitude, right? So every fresher jobs in IT, they will give you some kind of problem solving questions. They may not be really related to IT. There can be like simple problems like profit and loss, proportions, and general questions that we get from aptitude questions, right? RS Agarwal kind of questions. You get these kind of questions. Okay, so these are the, like, it's not all of them, but in this order, these are the things that are required. Okay, so that's like the secret number 1. So the first point that I've covered so far is, what is it that, what does it take to transition from non-IT to IT? So you will require any one of this. You need to have some kind of qualification related to this. If you don't have qualification, then at least you should have some experience. Even if you don't have relevant experience, you should be knowing programming language, and like this is the must. This is like the bare minimum that you must be knowing. So also, of course, you can substantiate this with certifications. You can show some certifications that, I know this programming, I know how to test, I know how to use this, etc., and etc., etc. Okay. So now let's go to the next one. Yes. So what streams to learn? That's the question number 2. So now let's go to the question number 2. So the point number 2 is what you should learn to be able to get into IT. Okay. So I told you that you need to know programming languages. I said that, right? So let's just put that programming. Okay, programming languages. Okay, what are the programming languages that you can learn? Okay. So generally, if you're good at C language, that's good. Or if you're good at Java, still better. If you know Python, still better. If you know JavaScript, good, very good. So I will say, I will give you these options. Either you master C language or Java or Python or JavaScript. You learn one of these technologies and learn it well. Okay, and the second thing is try to show some projects on your resume. Okay, the thing is, so if here is your resume, this is how it looks. So what your resume should have essentially is, I mean, whatever is not relevant, don't highlight it. Okay, you may have a lot of experience in other industry, etc. Okay, you can just make a quick mention of it, but don't stress on it like too much. Okay, just give it that. Okay, I'm working as so and so in this. It's fine. Okay, so the resume, you should have this, but basically your educational qualification, like what is your degree and when did you pass out is very important. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. So education is like what is your qualification and what is the year, when did you pass out? Okay, and you're going to say like what are the technologies that you know. The technologies that you know and what is your proficiency in it. Are you an expert? Are you a beginner? Are you a mediocre? How are you in that? Okay, you have to explain that. What technologies you have. And the third thing that you should have in your on your resume is you should have the projects. Okay, so you're going to list down your projects that I've done this project 1, 2, 3. So you've done the project 1, 2, 3. So technologies and the projects and 1, 2, 3. So these are the things that you should have in your resume. All right. So, okay, any open loops, any questions that you have so far? You can unmute yourself and ask me. Yeah. Rohit, please ask a question. Go ahead. Let me unmute you. I'm sorry. Yeah, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sridhar. I'm sorry that I joined a little bit late.
That's fine.
I am from mechanical background, Sridhar. I'll just take 2 minutes of your time.
That's fine.
And
Please.
and I am from the project management department, and I did my certified Scrum Master process, and I was working in an IT company. So typically from mechanical to program management to the Scrum Master role, can you just suggest me what are the skills I need to improve to sustain in the IT industry? See, that was my question.
Okay, can you come again? What your BTech from?
I'm BTech from mechanical.
Mechanical. Okay.
Then right now the embedded systems came into the picture nowadays
Correct.
in the IT.
Yes.
So we were working in embedded systems. Then I
Okay.
got an opportunity in one of the IT company for mobile applications.
Okay.
And I don't know any coding because I'm from project management. I did
Yes.
my certified Scrum Master. So I got an opportunity. So now, being non-technical to the management, middle level management, how can I sustain in the IT industry is my question, Sridhar. Can you give me some insights? What should I learn more to sustain in the industry? Like, because you know there are a lot of if the layoffs are going on, so what are skills I need to improve? Sridhar, can you give me some insights on that?
Okay.
That would be helpful
Yes,
for me.
I got it, Rohit. Yeah, fine. So what I would
Or,
say is, yeah, tell me, yeah. Anything else you want to add?
from this transition to IT industry, is it good or is it bad? Is it a good suggestion to stay in IT and move forward?
Yeah,
Anything your suggestions would be
sure,
helpful for me.
sure, sure,
Thank you.
definitely. Thank you. So I think it's perfect. There is absolutely no problem with coming from non-IT to IT, because the reason is, like I told my story also, like I'm coming from a non-IT background, like from electronics and communication. I
Okay.
was not like into IT, and then I got into software industry, and of course later I did MTech in IT. But I have seen so many people, so many colleagues, like who are there, who are working in IT in senior what do you say, management, senior management
Yeah.
also, yeah, senior management also, who don't really have, I mean, degrees really don't matter. After, I'll tell you, let me tell you something. In IT, after you cross maybe, like, let's say 10 years of experience, okay,
Okay.
your degree does not matter much, doesn't matter. I mean, it can be anything. You can be having something like maybe finance related, it can be any degree, BA also, that's fine. Absolutely not a matter. All
Okay.
that matters is the quality of your experience. That's it. Where are you working and what are you working on? Okay, so this is the number one thing that you should focus on. Which company are you working for? It's not about the technology, it's about which company are you working for, okay, and
Okay.
what projects, what domain. Okay, I will say what focus on your domain. Don't switch your domains, especially in management. It will become a problem. So focus
Okay.
on fix on one domain, just fix the domain, and technologies comes at the line, and focus on your experience. That is like, what kind of projects are you doing? I mean, like, what kind of role are you doing in the management? Are you doing delivery?
Okay. Yes, Sridhar,
Yeah,
correct.
perfect. So just
Basically,
yeah,
coding side, I won't go into
no
coding
worries.
level, but I support in the project management preparedness plans, everything.
So I'll tell you something. I've seen so many managers who are at the level of vice president, who don't even know one line of code. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. Shall I tell you why?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, so the thing is, software development is more or less like construction of a building. Okay,
Okay.
so if let's say that there is a construction company, okay, who's hiring a manager for constructing a huge skyscraper building project, huge project. Okay,
Okay.
how many times does this person who is handling the high level things has to really go down and see what kind of bricks and what kind of walls are, how the wall is being built? How important is that? Is that really important? What do you think?
No, no.
At least at that level, it's not important, right?
Yes, correct.
There are people who will take care of that, isn't
Yes.
it? So there may be some engineer who is there, who's taking care. All you have to do is you have to catch that guy and ask him, is this fine or not? Isn't it?
A right question to a right person. Yes.
That's it. You ask the right questions to the right person, and you find out whether things are. You ask him for a report. What do you think? What is, and just trust his opinion. That's it. As simple as that. So I would say there can be any number of findings. It doesn't matter. No problem. As long as you have solid experience in IT, solid
Mm.
company, and solid projects, and you have some
Mm.
certifications, like you said, you have Scrum, you're playing the role of a Scrum
Yes.
Master, etc., and you have solid results to explain, solid projects to do. Technologies really don't matter. I mean, really, when people are going
Okay.
to recruit people, when they're going to see the manager role, if you're going to see your
Okay.
resume, they're not going to see what technologies you know. Okay,
Okay.
really doesn't matter. Absolutely doesn't matter. You can also say that I don't know any programming, I'm good at management. You can just show your management credentials. I'm managing so and so, and my management credentials are that I know Scrum, I know this, I know that. Okay,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks. Got it. I got my answer.
sure. But
Thank you for the
one
answer.
thing I can say is,
Mm.
only one thing I will say, you should have some high level knowledge.
Mm.
I would say it doesn't need to be coding level. So what kind of high level knowledge is, depending upon what kind of applications that you're building.
Yes.
Either it can be web application development, or it can be AI. I don't know. What is the kind of projects that you're working on? What kind of projects
It's
you're doing?
it's completely on mobile applications. What
Perfect. Yeah. You said
I'm
mobile,
working
right?
on.
Perfect.
Correct.
Perfect. So all you have to do is, can you do some basic beginner level courses on high level courses on mobile development? That's it.
Okay.
Don't need to go deep into coding. All you have to know is the terminology. That's it. Just get the terminology right. What are all the building blocks for mobile development? I'm sure you might be knowing already, but this
Yes.
will strengthen your knowledge. That's it. Just keep that strong, the basics strong. That's it. Don't
Sure.
go deep into any technology, not required. This is more than enough. Beginner level course, if you get on mobile, if you do a couple of them, you're very good. That's it. Okay. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, yes, Sridhar. Thank you, Sridhar.
Thank you very much. So now, coming back to our topic, we said that you need to have programming language experience. You should be having some kind of C language or Java or Python or JavaScript, one of them. So if you're not able to choose one of them, I don't know, just pick one. That's it. Whatever help you can get. I don't know. If I will ask you what is the language that you will pick, can you put in the chat? Those of you who are here, if you have any exposure, any knowledge, just pick one knowledge. C, Java, Python, JavaScript. Pick one and type here. Let me just see the chat. Python. Okay. Thanks, Manas. Can I get more responses? Okay. Can I get more responses? Just pick one programming language and type here. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying you should have known this. I'm saying what would you like to learn? That's it. Yeah, perfect. That's it. See, you are telling it. I didn't tell you what you should learn. So, for example, here we saw Manas said he wants to learn Python and Meghra said she wants to learn Java, right? So that's it. Just go for it. Just learn this. Now, how much to learn is what I'm going to explain now. Okay. So now that I just listed down and said what you should learn, how much to learn we will see. Okay. And then I will also show you how to crack an IT interview. Okay. Let's go to that. Now, how much to learn? Tableau and SQL too. Okay, fine. So Manas, you said Python, Tableau, SQL. Let me tell you something. The technologies that you said, these two are compatible and relevant technologies. This is a different stream. Do you realize that? This is like option number one, option number two. See, if you ask me, I would not suggest you to learn this too. I will say rather they are two disconnected different technologies. This is a different skill for a different role. This is a different skill for a different role. Okay. The thing is, Python, if you learn Python, you will become a Python developer. It can be backend developer or a full stack developer. You will become a Python developer. But if you learn Tableau and SQL, you will become a data analyst. Okay, this is a different role. I mean, while both of them are in demand, okay. I would say this is also a good choice. This is also a good choice. I mean, if you ask me, how should I select in between these two? I will say, what are you good at? Do you like programming? Then go for this. If you're like a programmer, go for this. If you're not like a hardcore programmer, or you don't like programming so much, but you just want to analyze data. Yeah, I'm trying to connect with finance and technology. Okay, that's very interesting, Manas. You have the clarity of the third part. The third part, which he said is domain. Okay, let's put that here. Okay, give me a moment, please. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so the third part here is Manas says he wants to learn finance. Finance, and what was the second thing that he said? Finance with technology. That's perfect. Okay, that's a good idea. So there is nothing called as finance in IT. What you call it is banking. Okay, so let's just call it as banking. Instead of calling it finance, we'll call it as banking. Okay, just make it banking. So there is a sector called banking industry, banking, investment banking, and multiple things that banking. So this is banking is an industry. So I would say these two combinations, okay, this is like 1, 2, and 3, right? So I would say 1 plus 3, that is like Python developer in banking. Again, it's not so compatible. I would say not very compatible, because banking industry, the Python usage is there, but typically not much, not so much, as much as is with Java. So I would say banking is very much compatible with Java. If you really want to be doing something in banking, Java is for you. Java is the first preferred language for banking industry. Is that okay? Second thing that you said is like, if you want to go with Tableau SQL plus banking industry, that's a great combination. That's a great combination. Okay. So I would suggest like you go for this kind of thing. All right. Is that okay? Manas? Type in the chat. All right. Now, how much should you learn? Because every programming language has a great depth. Okay. And we don't want to be spending years and years inside it, right? So we just want to learn enough so that we can get a job. Am I right? So how much is enough is what we'll try to understand. Okay. So every programming language, you will have some basic constructs, like some basic features, like whether it is a compiling programming language or it's an interpreting programming language, there'll be some features, basic features will be there, and then basic programming constructs. So what are these basic programming constructs? So learning the conditional statements, that is if else, and learning the loops, the for and while, okay, and learning what is methods or functions or procedures or whatever you want to call it. That is like organizing the code statements into some blocks. Okay, so that's one part. So you should be like really good at this part. Okay, and you should know the most frequently asked questions in that language. Sorry, excuse my handwriting. I'm not a great writer. Okay, so that's the thing. So frequently asked questions in that programming language you should know. So this much you should be able to know. Okay, now let's say that, let's just take one programming language here. Let's say if you were to start with, okay, somebody said Python here, and what else did we see here? Python and Tableau, SQL and Java. Okay, let's take Java here. Okay. Now somebody said, I want to learn Java. Okay, I'm into finance right now, so I need to learn some data presentation and management skill which can be gained through Power BI, Tableau. Can you help me? Yeah, absolutely. I'll help you out. Yeah, Manas, I'll come back to this question towards the end of the session. Okay, is that okay? Okay, now, yeah, thank you. So Java, what is it that you have to learn in Java to be proficient? Okay, the first thing that you should learn in Java is, it's called as OOPS. OOPS means object-oriented programming. Okay, object-oriented programming. So you should learn this object-oriented programming really well. So this is a little theoretical, and it takes a little bit of time to understand for someone who is coming new to software industry. So this is like it takes a little bit of time. What exactly is this? Okay, it definitely is a separate thing, which is unique to Java. Okay. And apart from that, the basic things which I said before are the same. Basic programming constructs that I said, if loops, for loops, etc., writing classes, etc., how to compile, etc., that will remain the same. Okay. And on top of this, additionally, if you can learn some framework, the most popular framework right now in demand is Spring Boot. So I would very much recommend you to learn Spring Boot. Learn Spring Boot, and on top of that, if you can learn what is REST API. Okay, I hope you're taking notes. Learn REST API in combination with Spring Boot. And if you're able to do some projects or create some projects and put it on your resume that, you know what, I created these projects which are REST APIs using Spring Boot and Java, you will crush it. You'll definitely get that. All right. I hope you got that. Is that okay, Meghraj? Does this help? Are there anything that you think you need more information with? Thank you. All right. So now let's go to the third part. How do you crack the interview? Okay. So now maybe let's just hear from someone here, right? Okay. May I ask, what are the ways to learn and platforms? That's a nice question. Okay. Maybe we'll go there. I'll take that also. Okay. Now, how to learn? So the way you can learn is you can learn it with the help of boot camps. Boot camp or hackathon. Or you can learn it by taking some courses. So traditionally, there'll be some software coaching places, right? I'm sure, I don't know which city you're from, but generally there'll be some software training institutes. If you go there, you can take some traditional physical on-premise courses, okay, where they will actually they'll teach you in a classroom based. Okay, you're in Hyderabad, right? Okay, in Hyderabad, there are many places, right? Like in Kukatpalli, it's Amirpet, right? So it's like full of software institutes, am I right? So you can find a course and you can join there, and then they'll teach you Java, okay? Maybe they'll teach you for maybe 4 to 6 months, okay? Okay. And the boot camps, if you go for a boot camp, you can learn things in maybe 4 weekends. In 4 weekends, you can learn this. This will take 4 to 6 months, and it's like you'll have to spend every day. It'll be some maybe Zoom calls, on-premise or online also. These days they give online courses also. Maybe it will take some, I don't know, every week you'll have to spend at least 15 hours or something. Yeah, 15, 16 hours. Yeah, okay. How will be the future for cloud platforms also? Yeah, I'll talk about the cloud platforms also, okay? Now, these are like the boot camps, courses, and of course, you can take some courses online like Udemy courses. You can find some highly rated best courses on Udemy and you can take them, okay? This is another way of doing it. So, and talking about platforms, what kind of platforms are there with respect to the cloud? Nobody would expect that a fresher is very expert in these cloud platforms, but if you can get some beginner level knowledge in AWS, that'll be great. AWS or Azure. I would not say Azure. I will say AWS because Java is compatible with AWS. Okay. If you were reading .NET, I would say that it is preferable on Azure. Of course, while Java can be deployed on Azure, but this is like a winning combination generally. Okay. So I hope you got that. So yes, definitely cloud technology will be very powerful and very useful for you on your resume. It will make your resume stand out. So definitely very useful. Okay. Now let's go to the third point that we're going to discuss. Yeah, I understand that I'm not good at coding. So I want to understand what are the streams, easy skills rather than high level coding. Would you help me enter into IT, cloud CRM, etc.? Okay, fine. Okay, if you're not good at coding, I will present you some options what you can do. So what is the options that you can do is, so one is QA, quality analyst. Quality analyst means it's tester. I'll call testing. So for this, you will have to learn a little bit of coding also. Even if you're going to learn it, you're not going to apply it because mostly it's going to be manual testing in companies. Okay, but if you have to learn a little bit of Java and Selenium, this combination, and you should know the basics of testing. Okay, this is a very good option. testing is a very strong profile and a very promising thing which you have. Okay, that's QA. And the second thing is what you can try is DA. This is quality analyst. Q stands for quality. Okay. DA stands for data analyst. Okay. So you can be a data analyst. And for this, you require the skills like Tableau or Power BI, not both of them, in combination with SQL. Okay. There will be coding, but yeah, it will be mostly in SQL. Okay. If you're very strong in SQL, you'll be fine. Okay. Mostly it will be like the configuring the charts and putting the SQL query behind it. So it's okay. That's fine. The third thing I would suggest is you can try the role of a BA or okay, BA is different. For BA, you'll require some management experience. So it can be a little difficult to get a BA role. That's fine. Okay. The third thing that I'll suggest to you is the role of a Scrum Master. Okay. That is management. How you can, the way you can get into this role is you have to learn agile technologies, agile Scrum. Okay. Get some certifications on this and try to entry into the IT industry. Okay. And the last preference, I will say, okay, fine, cloud technologies that you were saying, right? To be a cloud administrator, you need to have strong knowledge of AWS. Okay. Again, CRM is different. CRM is different. CRM is completely different tools. And that also is, again, that's also customization and that's also programming. I would not suggest CRM. I would say cloud technologies, if you can learn AWS, how to do DevOps. So this is more of a DevOps line. If you can do this, this is also a great idea. Okay. AWS, DevOps, if you can master, it takes a long time. Entry barrier is definitely there. I don't know. Okay, this is okay. This is a decent idea. I mean, if you ask me to rate all of this, I would say, first, I would say try QA. Very good. Second thing, I would say, yeah, data analyst. This is also good. But because you're saying you're not very good at programming, I'll put Scrum Master in a second. There's not much programming at all involved. Third thing is data analyst. And the fourth preference that I would say is QA, this cloud and DevOps line. Because there's a lot to learn. The problem here is there is a lot to learn here. Okay. Is that okay, Meghraj? Does that help? Okay, thank you. Welcome. Now let's go to the fourth part, the third part of it. The third secret that I'm going to say is how to crack an IT interview. Yeah, sure. I'll give you my number so you can note down my number and we can talk. And maybe what I would suggest is I'll give you my link for Calendly. That is like you can book a 30 minutes one-to-one meeting. I'll just give you my link. You can use that link and you can book an appointment with me and I can talk to you one-to-one. Okay, I just put it in the chat. Use that link. Is that okay? Right. So now let's continue. How to crack an IT interview? How do you crack an IT interview? The first thing is you should get a call. Get a call. Get an interview call. So this is the toughest part, right? Once you get that, the second thing that you'll have to be, if you're trying for a fresher level, prepare for aptitude questions. General aptitude questions, mathematics, CAT kind of basics, you should be able to know it because they're going to give you some paper because they want to evaluate your aptitude because they're not sure that you know programming or not, but they want to evaluate your problem solving capacity, right? So that's the reason why I prepare for aptitude. Okay. And the second thing will be, I would say, your resume should be perfect. Make your resume perfect. So for example, in future, I'm going to do some classes on resume, how to build your resume and what kind of things you should put in the resume. Okay, I'll be doing some future master classes on that. Okay, just stay in touch. So your profile should be picture perfect, your resume mainly. Okay, you should have the right contents, and then they're going to call you. Okay, that's very important. And the next thing is prepare the frequently asked questions. So it's very easy. This is a very simple trick, but a lot of people don't understand this. Just go to Google and search what are the top 100 frequently asked Java questions and prepare on that. And if any questions comes from that, don't miss to answer it. As simple as that. Okay. So that's a very powerful trick. Prepare frequently asked questions and do some mock interviews. So if somebody is going to ask you, can you tell me about yourself? How are you going to say that? Would anybody want to try that? This is just like a mock session, okay? It's not something serious. It's not an interview. Is there anybody who wants to take that question? Tell me about yourself. I mean, I'll help you out. Okay, after you say that, I'll give you some feedback and I'll tell you what you should say, what you should not say. Is that okay? Is anybody up for this? Here. Anyone ready for that question? Try to take that question, unmute yourself. Yeah, Rohit, please. Let's start with Rohit. Yes, Rohit. Okay, let's say that now the interview is going on. I'm going to say, okay, you just came down, you sat down. I'm going to ask you, Rohit. Okay, Rohit, can you tell me something about yourself?
Hi, my name is Rohit. I'm born in Bangalore. I'm brought up in Hyderabad. I completed my BTech from mechanical, and I'm having total 12 years of experience in the industry. I have worked on mobile applications as well as uh, embedded systems. And the projects which I have did is computer and actuators, rotary shifters, and some of the mobile applications on medical and as well as the technology point of view. This is all about.
Okay, thank you. So I'll just tell you, Rohit, please don't mind me telling you some feedback. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So it's just like for our learning, right? See, what happened is Rohit said something about his where he was born and where he was brought up. Okay. The first feedback I would say is maybe that was like a little too much detail. Okay. Maybe I would say, you could say, okay, I'm from this place. That's enough. You don't have to say where you're born. Okay. That's like feedback number one, not a big thing. The second thing was you said something about the embedded programming, right?
Correct.
So what has happened is, in my mind, I have made a picture that you are an embedded engineer.
Okay.
That's what has happened. So my mind is telling me that maybe this person is irrelevant in this job, for example.
Okay.
So that's what you should work on. So you should present yourself in such a way that it suits the job description.
Okay.
Yeah. And try to, so this is what happens with all of us, that whatever we have done a lot of time, we try to present all of that. We want to just say that. Right?
Correct.
So that's a natural thing. But avoid that.
Sure,
okay,
sure.
Don't say all that. Okay, that's as simple as that. Just maybe you could say, okay, can you try once more? Just try once more. And now let's say you're applying for a mobile development kind of a project. Now just tell me something about yourself. Maybe a little bit of more detail on your experience also. I couldn't get much from that. Okay, once more, you try once more, like where are you from? What's your background? You don't need to say I'm a mechanical engineer, for example. Okay.
Sure.
You should say I am an engineer from JNTU or so and so some university. That's enough.
Sure.
I'm a BTech from this, for example. That's good. Okay. Second thing, just tell me about your experience, a little bit of experience, and try to say something more relevant to the JD. Okay, once more, let's try. Can you tell me about yourself?
Yes. So, hi, Sridhar. I'm Rohit. I have completed my graduation from mechanical engineering from JNTU, and I have worked on mobile applications.
Stop. You said mechanical engineering again.
Oh, this Repeat it is coming by default. I
See,
need to.
that's what is happening. I'll tell you something. Can I say you something?
Yes, yes, yes. Please.
See, the problem is you are stuck thinking that you are a mechanical engineer. Okay. This is a deep problem. This is a deeper problem. The deeper problem is you are thinking you are a mechanical engineer. Okay. Stop thinking that.
Yes.
Okay. Just say, I am an IT professional. Say that.
Yeah, I'm an IT professional and I'm a certified Scrum Master as.
Yes. Say
And
that again once more, please. I'm an
I
IT
am an
professional.
IT professional and I am a certified Scrum Master, and I have did training in my project management, and I'm good in management experiences, and I have managed projects like in mobile applications as well as in the embedded system, and I'm good in project planning, execution and initiation and closing, and I'm good in client management, stakeholder engagements, as well as preparing project management plans, risk management plans. So I think I need to go with the G. Yeah, I got
Yes.
it. I understood. Thank you, Siddharth.
Okay. Thank you. How many of you think that, he did very well? Put in the chat. I mean, how many of you would like, really hire him if you heard this, him speaking this? Type in the chat. How many of you think that, he did very well? Put in the chat. Everyone. Manas and Meghraj. Right? Meghraj. Yes. How did he do? How did he present himself? Is it relevant to IT? Is it promising? Yes, absolutely. So that a big round of applause for Rohit. Okay. So that's all it takes. Okay. It's just a little bit of conditioning and a little bit of practice, and just, it's like a pitch. You're pitching just like you're talking about some product or talking about something, you're talking about a service. You have to put the right words, as simple as that. Okay. We just have to correct our words. Thank you very much, Rohit.
Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you.
Yeah, for sharing that. Now, okay, let's get back. So let me open this. Yeah, we were discussing about how to crack the IT interview. Now, to crack the IT interview, what you have to do is, you have to do some mock interviews. Like just now, I just showed you an example of how mock interviews are very useful. Okay, they help you in what do you say, refining your pitch, how you're talking, what you're doing, etc. Okay, that's mock interviews. Okay, you need to do mock interviews, and of course, you have to prepare your stuff. Whatever you're putting on the resume, okay, let's say you put some keywords 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you put all these keywords on your resume. Okay, this is your resume. Make sure you prepare on all of them. Don't leave any one of them missed. Okay, all of them you should have prepared well. All of these keywords, you should be able to talk about it. If I ask you some basic questions, you should be able to answer. At least some basic level questions, you should be able to answer it. All right. So this is the things that you're supposed to be doing. Okay. So this is the whole thing. So this was the whole thing that I was talking about. So that's what we discussed today. So you have to do some mock interviews, and then you have to prepare well for this. Okay. And then, yeah, and there'll be some basic questions like, are you willing to relocate? These are some basic questions. Okay. You should be flexible for that. You can't say, I'm sorry, I cannot relocate. I mean, if you're doing that, you're going to lose your job. You're not going to get it. Okay. Are you willing to relocate? These kind of questions, the answer must be yes. If it's not yes, just understand most of the time it must be yes. Okay. There may be some companies which have different branches, but most of the time this must be yes. According to me. If they have asked that question, are you willing to relocate? That means they are looking for a yes. If they're going to say no, they'll reconsider you. Okay. So that's about it. So that's what these are the 3 secrets that I want to talk about in this webinar. Okay. So I hope I have given some value to all of you and you were able to learn something from me. All right. So that was about this webinar all about. So now I would like to say that I would like to invite all of you to my Facebook group. And like I've given you my Calendly link, and there's also a Facebook group that I'm running, and you can be a part of my Facebook group. And let me just give you that link. And from there, I'll be giving some kind of some trainings there online, etc. I keep doing some trainings sometimes. Okay. And then you can keep coming for webinars. Okay. Here is something on 29th of December. Okay. Please note this on 29th of December, that's Friday, right? At 8 p.m., 29th of December, I am doing a workshop. Okay. I'm doing a workshop on full stack development. If anybody is interested in that, you can join me. Okay, so that was like 29th. Yeah, IT, I got the Facebook link, which I'm giving you. Just take a look at this. So just take a look at this. This is the Facebook group that I have, and I've already given my Calendly link also. So you can keep, and I said that I'm doing a full stack mastery course, right? So for that, if you're interested in that, let me show you the event for it, a full stack launchpad on the Friday that I'm doing. So here is the details for the full stack launchpad. If you're interested in learning full stack development, more about like what is the full stack development, how you want to do it, you can join me on this time, 29th of December, 8 p.m. Is that okay? Okay, so Manas, yes, please. You have a question, Manas? Yes, Manas. Question. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Can't hear you. I don't know. Somehow I'm not able to hear you. Can you type in the chat? Can you put it in the chat, Manas? Yeah, I somehow I'm not able to hear it. That's fine. Okay. Yes, Manas. Yes, I can see your chat now. What's your question? Okay, we'll wait for Manas' question. Okay, he's typing his question in the chat. So to tell you about myself, so what I'm doing is I'm doing career transformation workshop. And as a part of that, I'm giving some kind of coaching also. I'm preparing things around it. I'm going to offer coaching, something like I have some courses and coaching, online coaching and courses to help IT professionals and to help those people who want to get into IT. So I have some coaching programs available for that, and I will announce them very soon. Okay, I'm working on it right now. Okay, so I would like to know how many of you would be interested in case when I come back with that. I mean, it's not ready yet with me right now. How many of you would be interested in taking up some programs like that in future? Yeah, just type in the chat so that I know that, you know. Okay, here is a question. I'm beginner into accounting and want to get into top level management. Should I take online MBA or offline? It's not related with IT, but still I can answer this question. So I would say you must, yeah, I would say, yes, thank you for your response, Rohit and Meghraj. So you can stay in touch with me on the Facebook group. You can join the Facebook group so that I'll connect with you. Okay, or you can book a 30 minutes one-to-one call and then we'll discuss. Okay, I want to see like if you have any unique problems that I can solve, we can discuss on that. All right. So the thing is, the question is, I'm a beginner into accounting and I want to enter into top level management. Should I do online MBA and offline MBA? So I would say anytime offline is definitely preferred. If you're very serious about your career, you want to make it into top level management, you must have an MBA degree from one of the premier institutes in India. Okay. I don't know how you're going to crack it. That's a secondary question, but I will definitely say that you must have a good degree from one of the premier institutes. Offline is always preferred. Online degrees are not taken very seriously. Okay. Thank you. I hope I answered your question, Manas. All right. So that's about it. So let's do one thing. I'll just give you the link once more again, and then just take a look at this and just join me. I'm just giving you my link here. So these are the Linktree links. So however you want to connect with me, you can connect on this. And then let's stay connected. Is there any age limit for MBA from IIMs? I think there is. There is an age limit. It's not on top of my mind. Maybe it's 28 years or so. 28 years or so. There is an age limit. Okay. If you're not able to get into IIMs, you can try other premium institutes also. There are many private institutes also. Okay. Fine. So I'm saying I put my link here, and you can stay in touch with me and keep coming to my webinars. And like I said, I'm doing a workshop on 29th of December. So if you're interested, you can come there and we'll connect from there. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sridhar. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a nice day. You too. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Bye, everyone.